What up, YouTube? This is GeoStealth R1, and I'm coming to you with, I guess, a follow-up update. Restoring one of my favorite RCs, which will be the Stampede 4x4. There's a few things I need to do with you guys to come in. Maybe you guys can help. Up to you. So what's about my Stampede 4x4 that I love the most? By far, it's one of the best bashers out there. I know you guys have the Haas out there, the Max, the X Max. I own them. Not the Haas, but regardless. To me, all around one of the best bashers out there for Traxxas would be the Stampede 4x4. So what am I integrating? You guys can hang out with me for a little while. First thing I'm going to throw in there will be Hot Racing aluminum center differential case. I think I cannot use this, if I'm not mistaken, because the center diff does not look like this. Well, my other diffs look like this, but it doesn't look like this. But if it doesn't, it does. I know it has to do with somewhere in there, so I have to throw this in there. Also, you guys see I have a whole bunch of stuff for my TRX4. The ESC burnt out, which I was kind of upset with that, but you know, we'll see what happens. Oh, what's going on? Stampinky, yeah. The Omen fan. What's going on? All right, so Stampinky. What needs to be done? What can I do? What can't I do? We'll see what's happening. It does need a little bit of TLC, which I'm missing a few things I had over here. But that being said, let's go into what has to be done. As you can see, the body has had its time. I need to get a new body for this ASAP. This body is pretty nostalgic for the RC itself. But am I going crazy? Did I throw this somewhere? I think I'm missing it. Hold on. Did I put it in my pocket? No? I know where I put it. Let me go get it. Stay on the line. Boom, 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 boom. Interesting. I can't seem to find it. Can't seem to find it, so I will begin without it. I had a servo set up for it, but I have no idea where I put the servo. Did I put it in the bag? No. Well, I have a servo for it. How about that? Let me see. Woody, what's going on? Who else is in here? Joe, what's going on, brother? Alright, I drove my Stampede 2 drive earlier today and managed to break the wheelie bar. Alright, so I have a servo for this thing. One of the things that I have on it is the Dusty Motors shroud. So I'm going to toss that to the side. Let me get these stands out of here because I'm not going to need them as of this point on. And there's a few things that I want to put on this. I had the servo. I do not know where the servo is. It's I think it's 300 ounces of torque. I'm not too sure. But I did install the updated VXL motor and ESC. And let's start taking things apart. I mean, you guys are always interested in finding out what I have in this thing. And I'm taking this part apart. Alright, so let's go into this. What do I need to clean up? Well, if you're going to notice right here, I do need new boots. So, the boots are coming apart. If you see over there, you see this, not supposed to be shiny, it should be all black. So I got to change out the boots on this. Sounds pretty smooth. So that's the first part of it that has to go disconnected. Now, leave you right there. Let me start unscrewing the other side. I like to keep the back screws here and the front screws over here. So let's start taking a few things apart and getting this truck running. Where did I put that servo? Well, I'll find out sooner than later. Alright, so I'm going to screw the sway bar kit just a little bit, nothing too crazy. As you guys are interested in finding out, I do, the center drive shaft is from Techno RC. Let me take out, and other things that you guys don't know, I do have a center differential for this RC. It should be in metal, but I do not have that. But let's take this off. As you can see, there's a little bit of a wear and tear right there. I have to change that out. So this needs to be metal. If you want to help me out with this build in upgrading her, it would be appreciated, because unlike a lot of people in the US, I am not getting a COVID relief check. I was so mad. I've been mad. I haven't been able to get any relief checks. I'm like, this is bogus. Like, how is that gonna get something? My friends make fun of me. They're like, you make too much. I said, but man, I got financially, see, Techno RC, as you can see, this is all beat up. I said, but yo, I got financially crippled. They're like, oh well. I said, you suck. So things happen, you know. I'm not gonna have sour grapes about it. Where's the other two screws? Ah, here we go. So it's pretty cool separating the Stampede 4x4, because realistically speaking, it is only 4 screws in the front. Well, not really 4 screws in the front, 5 screws in the front, and 4 screws in the back. Let's start taking it apart. Get the fabric up. I don't know if you guys are visually seeing this. All right. Boom, 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 boom. I can't believe I misplaced that servo. I'll put it in later. I got the 2075 in there right now. The servo that I'm throwing in there is metal. So this is what I'm talking about. Let me get these screws out. That's why I say 5 screws. Because this is numero 5. And I will release you in a matter of seconds with a 2.0. 2.0. Get you out of the way. Because I have to take a few things apart, make this RC feel good and back to its original glory. Alright, so there's the front. Let's get these screws out. Here's one. Why is it actually like I'm missing? Ah, here's number 2. Number 2, full out. There you go, number 2. Alright, so now I have the center. Man, I wish I had the servo, because it would have definitely saved me a little bit on this build. What are you guys saying in here? What are you guys saying? Here we go. Joe said, let's go. Sinister RC, what's going on? My man, Earl. I haven't either. I had a single, as a single dad raising 3, no work all year, and still make too much. Yo, isn't that some crap? Isn't that some crap? You know, I'll go on a personal issue. I took it extremely fun. All right, I'm sorry if I lost you guys. It seems like every single time I get a phone call, I lose you guys. So, all right. So yeah, no, that was lost a lot of money this year, and it's been kind of frustrating, because you look at, you know, what's been transpiring, and it's just money lost, you know. So primarily I'm trying to do, I'm not, as you guys notice, I'm not doing the types of videos that I used to do, because money is tight. So hopefully that changes out a little bit, and we'll have some type of equity falling in my lap sooner than later. Alrighty, so primarily what I have to do is I have to do what I did beforehand. I have to pink wire mesh this, so it's a Stampede 4x4 setup. And then, yeah, and then I got the servo for this. But you know what the weird thing is? The chassis doesn't look too bad. It really doesn't. I mean, I ended up buying another chassis just in case. I don't even know what this chassis has in it. I think I have no idea what's in you, bud. Okay, so yeah, it looks like it's just the chassis and maybe the battery. Yeah, the battery tray. So I got a spare chassis, which realistically speaking, I don't want to change out the chassis right now, but there are a few things that I need to change out in the near future to get this thing up and running. Let me see. To get this thing totally up and running. So let's put the chassis aside and let's start working on other things because I want to get this RC up and running. The problem is that I don't have a battery for it. The battery died out. That's the problem when you have a lot of RC cars. You start losing batteries and that totally sucks. Alright, so let's see if I can go in and look for what I need to be done. And that's looking for the center drive, the drive shaft. My thing says center differential, but can't be. No. No, this has to be. That's there. And that's there. Yeah. See? See, Earl, you know this one too. My center diff. It's a center diff. But I have to get this metal. It's on my Stampede. It's on my slash 4x4, so I have to change this out to metal as well. So that's something I have to order. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens on the near future. That has to be changed out to metal. So I was hoping to get an ESC and motor combination that fit this exactly. Not like a Castle Creations, but yeah, maybe a Castle Creation. I don't know. This has always worked well with the VXL system. I can't really complain. It's been on point. My friend ended up destroying a few of the pink parts on this thing, so we'll see what happens. But I do have, man, I feel like I just threw things away. And I tossed them. I even tossed that other piece. How am I doing? Unprepared. Not good. Not good. All right, so let's start taking a few things apart. I believe the center diff's in here, somewhere in here, so let's start working on this right now. So basically, here are the things that I want to do with this. I do want to upgrade the tires, the trenchers. The trenchers are still in good condition, but I do like the metal inserts that Proline just came out with, where you're able to alternate things. And that's something that I'm pretty interested in. I had it for my Rustler 4x4, and I think after a little bit of wear and tear, these tires and the rims that attach to them do have a little bit of wear and tear, so things have to be set with a little bit of TLC. Other things that I need to change out on this RC, it's pretty clean because I cleaned it up last night. As you can see, the boots are separating, so I have to buy new boots for them. I think they're on eBay. It's pretty tight. I'm noticing that the shocks are pretty tight. I'm gonna loosen these bad boys up, making it a little flowing a little bit better, having them less stiff. I don't see no bleedage from the shocks. Yeah, a little bit more so that the soak up jumps. I don't know why they're so stiff in the back. I don't know why I made them so stiff. There must have been a reason. Haven't driven you in a while. Okay, this feels nice. It feels nice. Alright, so I noticed that I have the RPM links, but I never changed this out. Why didn't I? Don't know. But let's keep tearing this thing apart. I do want to change this whole thing out. It's all beat up. I just want it to look nice again. I mean, this, as you can see, there's wear and tear all over this RC. Maybe get aluminum wheelie. Even though the wheelie, even though this is a wheelie machine, having the aluminum on there would be pretty nice. But I want to crack this open for you guys to get a visual of what this thing really looks like on the inside. So where do we go from here? Okay, where do I go from here? All right, so what we're going to do right now is going to loosen the sway bar kit because that's what you need to do. Because eventually all this stuff has to be taken apart. And once it all gets taken apart, we'll see what years and years of not giving this RC the proper TLC that it deserves, what has happened to her. You know, we're going to find out right now what's transpired with Stampinky. Because it's been a while since I actually went into the case and find out what was going on with her. So remember, what I advise you to do is once you start doing projects like this, align all your screws to where you think they're going to be. Let me get you guys a little bit more visually on point. What are you guys saying in here? Yes, the 4x4, the diff is for the hot racing two-wheel. Wait, this is for the two-wheel drive? Oh, don't tell me this. Slash that, yeah, you're right. You're right, it's for the two-wheel drive. Is it for the two-wheel slash? No, it can't, no, because it says rally and Telluride. Yeah, it says rally and Telluride. No, we'll crack this thing open. See what's happening over here, Earl. Let me see what's going on over here. Did I read that wrong? Because I know the Telluride is the Stampede 4x4, and the Rally is a slash 4x4. So maybe they didn't just, maybe I'm going crazy. I think it's in here, but we're going to find out in a few seconds. All right, so that got taken apart. Now, start separating this whole thing. Oh, this is going to, oof. This thing has crud in it. We're going to have to, sometimes after a while, you'll notice that you'll get stuff in there. Just take a, try to loosen it up a little bit. There you go. There you go. Okay, so that's for the upper. Let's get this for the lower. Should be, I know a lot of people are going to say, why don't you use a drill? You know, your wrist is messed up from what I've heard as of late. I say, whatever. So I do want to change, even though you don't see, did Traxxas come out with pink 4x4 arms yet? I'm just curious. I would like to see if Traxxas has come out with something like that yet. That would be a nice little upgrade for Stampinky, or I'm going to get them in white and do like a pink and white type Stampede 4x4. What do you guys think? The Stampede 4x4, by far, if you are a beginner or an advanced person, the Stampede 4x4 is an excellent, excellent bash RC. The only time I've ever broken Stampinky was when my friend Lenny didn't know how to drive pretty well and crashed into me and broke the arm. And these were limited edition arms that were only given out for a short period of time, and I was not able to get these arms ever again, which kind of annoyed me because, you know, you bash around and, you know, it's fun to bash around. You bash around with your friends, you get some good things going on over there. But he purposely crashed into me. I want you to think about that. Somebody that purposely crashes into you to break your stuff. Like how cold-blooded is that? Not personally. I mean, he has his own way about him, I guess. You know, good kid. But in the beginning, he didn't know how to drive it. You know, he really didn't know how to drive. You know, and that he had fun with it, and then he got frustrated with it because his car kept on breaking. So he sold it to his uncle, and then he's crawling right now. Me and him have this thing where we go crawling with the crawl group, and we have fun, you know, and he enjoys that, you know, more than anything that he's done with the two-wheel drive RC. All right, so as of right now, if I'm looking at this correctly, you should be able to slide out. There you go. The wheelie bar is disconnected, and it looks like I'm going to have to invest in a new wheelie bar. All right, so the wheelie bar is out. So where are we? So if I want to take this whole thing apart, oh, you're going to suck. Okay, so I have to disconnect those two pieces. Alright, so these two have to be disconnected. So I'll put you on the side. We are almost at this transmission case. Well, the differential case in the rear. Uh, Man, it's been so long since I've worked on this RC. What are you guys saying over there? Let's see what's happening. Um, Rear differential. I never did mine. The tank RC. What's going on? So, all right. So let's keep working on this. All right. This is for you guys to get some type of inkling of how I do my RCs and everything like that. Now, Earl, since I'm trying to remember, I'm putting in, if you guys ever have this, I'm putting 10K diff oil, diff lube in there. So we're gonna see how that works out with it. I believe that's what I utilize with my other diffs. I believe I utilize that with my, let me put you right here, with my UDR. So I'm going to do that with this and see what's cracking. Alright, so this should separate the tower. Let me put you on the side, I'll put you here. This should separate the tower, the shock tower, from the diff casing. Where'd you go? Alright, hang up right. Alright, so this is separate. Oh, everything came apart, and I have to take that part off too. Oh, all right. So I have to take off these two screws as well. Man, it's been a while. It has been a while since I've worked on this. But if I take this apart, do I really need to take the whole thing apart? All right. In theory, I do not. Now, let's look at the internal components of this. I'm gonna have to take it apart, but Earl, it looks like this is it. All right, I'm pretty sure the front is the same way, so I'm gonna have to buy the fronts available. Let me see. No, it can't. No, it's not. Something's up with this. I did a boo-boo on this thing, because I'm looking at everything right now, and if you look at this component, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Or maybe I have to check out my other RC. I possibly have to check out my other RC. See what I did. And I think this is for my son. Yeah. This looks like, the way it's set up, it is set up for my center differential. I think. Hold on. That's encased there, that's encased there. The screws go here. And it lands up in here. No. Yes. Yes, this is my center differential. Let me see. Yep. This is the center diff. So, that being said, everything looks okay in here. It feels pretty smooth. It does not, I mean, the grease is all types of yucky. Do you think I should clean this out or keep as is? What does the Omen fan says? I just looked online on the post. Traxxas, maybe it's the pink wheelie bar, Stampede, stupid, jump up, yeah, all right. So you think I should keep this grease? It's kind of like transmission fluid. You really don't change it out, until you pass a certain amount. But it feels good. To be honest with you, it does feel good. It doesn't feel like it's beat up. It's a little dirty in there, but I would have to clean out the whole thing. And your boy is not ready for that. All right, so we're gonna close you up. I'm gonna close you up. Put the screws back in here. Since I'm not changing out any of the diff casing in there, that means to me that we're golden. So right now, what I'm looking at of doing is getting the boot. Okay, I have to get the boots for the for the drive shafts. Now, from what I understand, Traxxas came out with new types of drive shafts. They don't utilize these velocity drive shafts anymore. So, we're going to put you guys back together and make sure Stampinky is okay. So, let me screw you back in. Okay, put you back here, just for now. And what I want to change out is I want to get the new arms, and this takes up a lot of abuse right now, so I might change this out, might not. Maybe I'll change it out just for aesthetic reasons right now, and then once I start beating it up, then I'll change it back, you know, put it back to where it's supposed to be. All right, so now, as I'm looking at this, let's go in with the center differential, because now I figured out what to do. Alrighty, Hot Racing, part number SLF25H, and this is the aluminum center differential case. Now, I definitely have to buy the steel, I believe it's from Robinson Racing, so this is going to be a very nice video that we're going to be doing. But I have to get all this stuff taken apart, and I need to find these screws. Do you give me aluminum, stainless steel screws? No, you do not. And I will find out a way to get that going. I don't know what screws these are, but let's figure that out together. Boom, 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 boom. Alrighty. Short little nubbies. Maybe, just maybe, I have them in my TLX4 screw kit. Maybe. It's highly unlikely, but no dice. So we're gonna have to use that for now and change it out later. I don't think it's gonna be too much of an issue because not too much stuff gets in there. So let's start unscrewing a few pieces, and you're going to notice the diff. And we're gonna get everything going. It's weird. I changed out the stainless steel on one end, but I didn't change it out on the other end. I find that highly peculiar on my end, but whatever. We figure things out together. Correct? Correct. All right. So let me unscrew these. Now, the question being, why is it I utilize a center differential for my Stampede 4x4? Well, I've utilized the center differential for my Slash 4x4, and I loved it. When I ended up getting the Slash Platinum Edition, it gave me the option of center differential, and I've used that to beat the crap out of that thing. And I was always a fan. Alrighty, so this looks a little bit more familiar. There you go. Here's the plastic right there. And now we're gonna hook this up and change it out to aluminum. Alright, so after I took apart those two screws, if you guys are wondering what is my gear ratio on the spur, it's a 54 tooth. That's plastic. We need to change that. And I think I have it. I think I have the metal one. So, oh, this is going to be so dirty. Okay, I'm going to take you off. Okay. Good old Loctite. There we go. Take out the bearing. There you go. The bearing looks pretty clean. And then I would take out these other 3 screws. And this is where it's going to get interesting. Now, before I even do that, let's get an X-Acto knife. Somewhere in the abyss of my toolkit, I shall find an X-Acto knife. All right, X-Acto knife. Let's release these parts. Okay. So here's where all my gears are gonna go in. Look how pretty that looks. Pretty. All right. Now they do give me a gasket, which is a good thing. I'm going to need that. And they do give me screws right there as well. So this will attach here and here. And as you can see, if we focus, there's going to be the Hot Racing logo somewhere around there. Let me try to get off the, there you go, Hot Racing. All right, what are you guys saying in here? We're 30 minutes in. We gotta rush this. All right, so now all the gears that I need are in here, and we have to unscrew this, but I do need to have a paper towel because it will get messy. It will get messy. So, lay you down right here. Let me get the camera a little bit over there for you guys to see a little bit better. Get my 2.0 back over here. These screws come out. And this is going to be disgusting. Because if there's one thing I know, that you can't escape dick fluid. You can escape getting dirty with shock oil. It's easier to escape that than escaping this. This is pretty much, you gotta get your hands in there and get all messy. Alright, so let's see what it looks like in here. Oh, look at that. Look how black that is. Ugh. So, what do? We're gonna have to clean these bad boys off. And we're gonna have to see what type of positioning we're doing. Get a paper towel. And a lot of people are gonna tell me, oh, why don't you use WD-40 in there? Yeah, nothing to do. I'll just clean you off. Little by little. Doesn't take much. Just a little bit of love. A little bit of love. Use the internal part of this looks pretty good, to be honest with you. I don't see no breaking apart. Nothing broken apart in here. Let me see. Nothing really broken apart. I'm checking out all the internal gears. If any of the gears have like a break or anything like that, this this upgrade video is done because I have to get that new part in there as soon as possible. Alright, so if I'm going to do this, what did I use the scrape for last time? Oh no. Alright. So you are pretty clean. You gotta get your fingers in there. Me with my sausage fingers. Alright. So you are relatively pretty clean. You'll notice that there's a gasket right there. There you go. Alright, so now I will land you in here. There you go. Nice and pretty. There you go. Alright, so now we're going to go with all the other stuff. Now I have to try to remember what goes where, what slides into what, and look how dirty that is. You're going to see this thing being really, really, really clean. Okay, so everything has its place. We will find this out. Alright, so you're out. Did I get everything inside? Yes, I did. Yeah, you're pretty filthy, man. Alright, so what happens here? So I gotta clean this area off, which is going to be, it's going to slide in. This is going to slide in over here in this aluminum casing, but I'm gonna clean off all your initial diff fluid that was in there. Take your time, make sure that once you clean everything off, that each and every one of, like, all the gears are good. You know, you're not really going to find, you know, if it's set up pretty well, you won't have any debris. I mean, you would have stopped riding your RC a long time before you even get to this level. You know, before you even found debris happening in your RC. I like to go into each and every one of the teeth and just pull away all the yuck that's been there. There's been a lot of wear and tear on this RC throughout the years. And I know you guys are a fan favorite of Stampinky. If you guys have checked out my earlier videos, you've noticed that Stampinky is a pillar in my army. All right, so that's pretty clean. Nothing, nothing too crazy, but that's pretty clean. It does come black. What are you guys saying in here? Nothing. Did this video stop? Oh no, you're still in here. All right. So I'm gonna slide you in here. So now we have two components. As you can see, there's a gasket in there as well. That slides in. There you go, and you should be seeing it like this. And don't worry about it. We're gonna get stuff going. All right. So here's where the dirty part begins. And I'll just show you. All this stuff is gonna fall apart. As you can see how dirty that component is. We have to clean that up. We have to, because this is Stampinky. And she deserves a little bit better than what she's gotten as of late. So, man, this thing is just totally bad. Oh my god. Piece by piece by piece by piece. It's gonna have to be one piece at a time, because I didn't realize how much grease came in this thing. Good God. All right. Thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate it. If you guys are wondering what this video is all about, so this video is about me changing out the center diff for the Stampede 4x4. You can use it on the Slash 4x4. You can do it on the Traxxas Rally. You can do it on the Telluride. But basically, all of them have the same setup to where you're able to change this out. Now, in theory, this should be like the Haas. No. Yes, no. Is it the same? No. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the Haas. So I just don't know. I don't know if I even got to that point. Okay. Here we go. Alright, so you are pretty clean on that aspect. Yeah, you're pretty clean. Here we go. Alright. One component down. 5 more to go. 4 more to go. Yeah, like I said, a lot of people just tell me, clean it off. Some people tell me put WD-40. Yeah, I'm in my living room. I'm not getting too crazy. There's another piece. Once I bring everything into light, it should all be smooth sailing from this point on. And like I said, I have beat the crap out of Stampinky. Stampinky, like I said, is one of my favorite RCs. And I've beaten her down. And she keeps on kicking. Not too bad. I think that's pretty shiny. Alright. Keep going. 2 more components, I believe. Yes, 2 more. It's 5 altogether. Ugh. This thing is so wrecked. My mom came by one day and asked me how am I doing with my RCs. She never really talks about it. I was like, she goes to my toys. I'm like, yeah, my toys are okay, Mom. She was very upset that I actually sold one of my RCs. She looked at me and she was like, why did you sell it? And I said, the kid wanted it. I'll never drive it. So, kid wanted it, and that was sold. I lost a lot of RCs this 2020. Yeah, 2020 I lost RCs. I lost the, not even I lost, it wasn't even mine. The, technically it wasn't mine. Not realistically speaking, it wasn't mine. The TRD, not the TRD, TRX4, that's the Yankee edition, that is gone. That's out of my stable. Another car that's out of my stable is the Yeti XL. And it looks like I'm about to get rid of another RC, which is the PlayStation 4 Rally. We'll see what transpires with that. I mean, if anybody else wants to buy it, that person is taking too long to buy it for me. So if anybody's interested in buying it, it's pretty much brand new. Yeah. Alrighty. So all my components are clean. All of them are relatively all clean. What do you guys say in here? Uh, should be the same. Okay. Rally slash 4x4. The rally the slash the rally the slash 4x4 and the Stampede 4x4 are all the same. All the same. You can put the center differential on all three of those things, and the Telluride, from what I understand. Yeah, because it's the Stampede 4x4. All right, so I cleaned that off, and now I have to put everything back together. So you'll notice that you have notches over here on this side. One notch, two notches. So once I start building these things together, they're going to fall into place. All right, so if I'm being on point with everything, and everything in its place. Pieces. Pieces. All right. So I believe it should look like this, and then you slide it down. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. This is the tricky part because you have to slide it in correctly. Come on, brother. Get in there. That's all right, Tracks. That's all right. Now I just have to get this piece down. Why won't you go down? Help me out here. Don't cry, buddy. Don't cry. I'm here. Dad's here. Oh, because it won't let me. Okay. Kind of have to make sure. Oh, this thing is just so annoying. I forgot how much of an annoyance this is last time. It's happening to me this time. Let me see if I can get to 1.9. I mean, to 1.5. Slow it in. Nope. Slide you up. So we can go back down. Almost. There we go. All right. So now it should slide in and look like that. So when it starts turning around, everything turns around. Wait, hold on, bring it more down. Everything starts turning, which right now it's not going to turn because I have no fluid and it's not totally locked in. So now, here's where the diff fluid comes into play. So as you can see, the diff fluid, just give you a nozzle right there. Tracks? No. I have a center differential. If you need, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You know what? Something's wrong. Something's wrong here. Did I do this correctly? Because what it looks like, I may have done this wrong. Because it doesn't go all the way down. think I did it backwards. Yep. No, you're locked into place. You're good. Oh no, I took you out. Shit. The many headaches you deal with. Tracks? No. Ugh. All right, guys. Give me a second. When you have a dog, and your dog wants to play, you let him play. There you go. Come on. Let's go. All right. There you go. Go run around, buddy. Go run around. Track's getting big. Get away. Track's getting big. There we go. There he is. There he is. Tracks. Can't believe I named my dog that. All right. So now it looks like it lines up the way it's supposed to. So I have to make sure that this goes in the way it should. Because for some reason it's not letting me do that. Hopefully I can slide this in again without having any issues. Or am I sliding it in wrong? No, that's the flat end. You're supposed to be going that way. Oh. Anybody who's ever done this, this is a headache. It was easier when they had grease on it because at least it slid in. And that's what she said. Okay. Let's just hold you up here. Slide you down. Come on. There we go. All right, now we're gonna grease you. I'm not even playing around. For all these tutorials that I'm giving you. Dogs even Tracks, they should sponsor you, Gio. I know they should, right? Sinister, got to go. Great stream. Oh, I appreciate it, man. This is kind of like a time to BS with you guys. So here we go. Let's start giving me my diff fluid. I like to pour in and then spin around. And then pour in, spin around, pour in, spin around. It's so weird, it's not. I think I'm doing this wrong. This doesn't go all the way down. Is it me? It is me. Because here's the weird part. If you look at this, it's flat down, but if you look inside here, you can't even see it here. It's flipped upside down. That's why it's not lining up correctly. Because if you look at this correctly, hold on. If you look at this, it's sticking out, and it shouldn't be sticking out. So that's the, so I gotta flip you. Oh, this is gonna suck. All right, let's try to flip this. Let's try to flip this. Awesome. Okay. Now, push you in there. There you go. Aha! Now it's nice. There you see, that's what I was missing. It just didn't want to go in, you know? So now it doesn't stick out and it slides in correctly. So that was the thing I was doing wrong. it was going in, I was putting it in upside down, the one it should be. So now, there's a little bit of diff fluid in there. Let's give it more, hey Trax, let's give it a little bit more diff fluid. I like to give it, make it nice and nice. No! What'd you do? What'd you do? Go get your num-nums. Alright, keep on giving it the diff fluid. What? No. Oh boy. What? Okay, I'll give you peanut butter. Alright. Give me a second, guys. If I don't give this dog his peanut butter, he's gonna go nuts. Oh. Let's go, boy. Here you go. Peanut butter time. Here you go. Alright. Enjoy your peanut butter. Leave me alone. Alrighty. Back to the work. Smokey, what's going on? Alrighty, so now, as you can see, I ended up putting it upside down. I still need to put more diff fluid in here. I mean, you don't overfill it, but you do want it to feel like butter, you know? So keep on giving it its fluid. Alright, stop it right there. Start spinning, spinning. As you can see right now, there's like a nice good coat in there. It's starting to move a little bit, so don't want that to happen. I don't want you leaking anywhere. Push it down a little bit. I think that's more than enough. I think I got exactly what I need. No, I'll give it a little bit more. A little bit more for goodness sake. Do not fill it to the top. Once again, I will say do not fill it to the top. Oh boy. What am I missing? The gasket. And in theory, the gasket was taken out. Oh no. The gasket was taken out. So what the hell did I do with the gasket? I don't know. Guys, rewind the video. Find out where the gasket's at. Because then I'm going to have to use the old gasket. It has to be utilized somehow. Alright, I'll leave you there. Where the hell did I put the gasket? That's very foolish of me. Not knowing where I put the gasket at. Oh, wait a minute. It's in my screws. There you go. Here's my gasket. Perfect. I didn't even take it out. Wake Rain, I have 2 Stampede. Do you have the 4x4 is the question. Stampede 2-wheel drive is my grave digger. I've been offered $1,500 for my grave digger. But it has to come with all 3 grave digger bodies. What the person wanted. Alright. So where are we? Okay, so now let's put the gasket in. As you can see, everything is nicey nice. Slide you up in there. And now, I have to line you up here. Alright, so let's look for these screws. I want to use new screws. Have it set up like that. 2.0. 2.0s. Oh no. Oh no, not 2.0s. This is a 1.5. They switched it up. A 1.5 screw. Oh. Alrighty. Now I'm wondering. No. Yes. I'm going to have to. Since I'm using this again, I have to put at least a little dab of Loctite on this thing. Nothing crazy. Just a. I shouldn't have Loctite on the edge of my. Yeah, I do. As you can see, I have a little bit of. You see some hair there, but a little bit of Loctite on that edge. I'm just gonna rub it on. Call it a day. You know, I'm just gonna give a little dab. A little dab. A little dab. Nothing too crazy. Just let it feed its way in. It shouldn't be able to mix in with the other stuff. Okay, that's one. Once again, just a little bit of a dab. Nothing inside. Okay. Dab, just a little bit. I don't need this whole thing separating while it's driving. Okay, that's that. 1.9, 1.5, huh? All right, sorry about that. It seems like every single time before, when I used to get phone calls, it would go back to its original format, but now it doesn't. So we're in the home stretch right now. We're in the home stretch. All right, final screw. All right. Now, if you guys are interested, the hot racing part is SLF25H, and this is for the center differential. For the Stampede 4x4, for the Slash 4x4, for the Traxxas 110 scale rally, and for the Telluride. Alrighty, now I get to put back. There we go. Can't wait to put the metal on this. Alright, so since this is metal again, I'm going to have to use my. This is going to be definite. I have to put Loctite on this as well. Little dab. You don't want to overdo it. Just for it to feed through the screws inside, because it is metal on metal. I do have to get like a Robinson Racing metal, or maybe even Hot Racing. Who knows? Hot Racing, I'm pretty sure sells it. I'm pretty sure, but I've always had better luck with Robinson Racing. All right, slide you in here. Okay, one more screw. All right, and if I line you up properly, you will go right here. Oh. Pretty sure there's a lot of Loctite in this thing. Yep. Alright, so here is the upgrade. I do have to get it in metal, but that's what you're looking at right now. So I've never had an issue with, I mean, I had this carving a little bit. I guess I have to change out. If that's messing, if that's scratching on this end, what could be rubbing on it? What could be rubbing on you, bro? Well, first of all, you're dirty. You're gonna go in here. What's rubbing on you, man? I think it's just dirt. I think the buildup from all this stuff over here after some time totally messed this whole thing up. Clean you off a little bit. Get all the mashad away from you. And there you go. There you go. That looks pretty clean, right? What you think? Yeah? All right, so that's pretty clean. Um, Let me put on the rear bumper and figure out where everything else goes. Sway bar and everything like that. And sooner or later, Stampinky has to be at full force. I mean, because like I said, you know, this is one of my favorite RCs in my whole arsenal. And I will back that up in many videos that I've had. You know, they're saying the Haas is the Haas, or the Max is the Max, or the Rustler 4x4. But I'll be honest with you, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Stampede 4x4. You know, there's a lot of things that the Stampede 4x4 should have been able to do, like you have to get a specific battery for it, but you know, you have to do the same thing with the Rustler, you know. So let me get you guys going. Screw in there, buddy. I gotta finish you guys up. So, what did we learn today? Oh, don't you dare bark. I will beat the crap out of you. No. No. Shut up. I want to hear your crap right now, punk. I just gave you a treat. You done OD'd on that stuff. So I don't want to hear your doo-doo. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear your doo-doo. Your doo-doo means nothing to me. Okay. Put you back to where you were. I'm hoping I'm screwing this right. And since I move things around, yeah, I think so. No. Did I screw you? I think I did. Just to make sure. I may have. I may have done doo-doo. Yep, I did. So that goes here. You go on the outside. Tracks. Stop. I gotta vacuum up all your hair, boy. I'm not down to do that today. Not down. Alright. We're almost good to go with this. Good old Stampinky. So, slash 4x4. I have to get the arms for the Stampede 4x4. I'm sorry. I have to get the arms for the Stampede 4x4, which means it's the slash 4x4. And I know Traxxas makes the heavy duty ones right now, so which pretty much, you know, butchers RPM. Which realistically speaking, you know what? After all the advertisement I've done for RPM throughout the years, not once did they hook me up with like a poster or something like that. That's all I wanted was a nice poster from them. I mean, even though they gave you a whole bunch of stickers, no one really had a poster, you know, or a banner, as this guys call it, to hang up. Never hooked me up with a banner. I was like, yo, bro, what's up with that banner? And you guys who are paying attention to my videos should have advised me. Let me see if you guys, anybody advised me there's something I did wrong. Big Joe, what's going on? Ray, what's going on? No, I didn't call you, dog. Should have advised me that I shouldn't have put this piece in there yet because I was missing the bearing. So, bearing, here we come. Alright, slide the bearing in here. Now I get to slide this piece back in there. Tighten you up again. Alright. Alright, so this is what we've been doing. Center diff feels nice and feels better. No, it can't feel better. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. It does feel Alright, let's keep going. Let's keep going with this because this is going to be a week project. full week dedicated to the love of the Stampede 4x4. And by the time the week's over, I should have a brand new body. I should have components that I purchased coming in. And the Stampede 4x4 will have a pretty new look to her. Just updated for 2021. She hasn't been updated in years. So I kind of thought it was time for me to hook her up and have her in her glory. There we go. That is the sway bar kit that I have to dump on there. Boy, I think you're going crazy. No, I don't want to bother with you. I gave you the whole thing. Okay. All right. So, as of right now, this is what we're looking at. This will slide in here. Slide right in here. And she should be on point. There we go. All right, so what is the next upgrade you would like for me to do? I think the next thing I will do once I do find it is I'm going to put the servo on there, the new Traxxas, whatever, 2250 I think it is, waterproof servo. I'm going to hook this thing up, and hopefully these parts come in. But I want you to see how black internally. You can't even notice how dark that is. That thing is black. You know, you could see it on the paper. It's so black, it was dirty. Just need a little bit of TLC. So that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're gonna get Stampinky up and running. I'm gonna see if I can find more pink parts for this. And you should see a new body. You know, I'm not too sure which body I'm gonna do, but you should see a brand new body. And I have to get more decals. You know, girl to girl racing. Good God, this is my daughter's. You know, but this will be my batch body, and you'll see my show body. So we'll see what's happening in the next couple of days, and hopefully we'll get stuff up and running. I do have to put the plastic piece, which I got, to protect the center drive shaft. These are pink LEDs that come up with the gauge right there, so that's going to be installed so I can have my pink LEDs again. And yeah, so that's where we're at right now, and I have to figure out where am I going to get batteries from. So if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. I'm going to be doing follow-up things. If I do find this servo, I'm probably going to do a video on the RC as well. So rate, comment, subscribe to my fellas up on YouTube. Later. Out the window. Get out of here. Say goodbye to them. Say goodbye to them. There you go. Say goodbye. No? Yes? No? You don't know. There.